We were invited by Head to their headquarters to try one of the most legendary rackets, the Head Radical. Our playtesters tried all the different versions, including the MP and Pro versions. Let's see what they think about it.
Today I'm going to test the Radical MP 2025.
I didn't play yet with this racket, but I already know that it will be a pleasure because this is an iconic racket on the tennis market.
My first impression when I saw this racket when I arrived here is of course this flashy color.
First feedback is about the design. You like it or you dislike it, but it brings emotion.
Good shade of orange color from top to the bottom is really good looking, and I'm excited to play with this racket, especially with the Pro. I would like to get the feeling of a really professional player.
On this version we have the technology Auxetic 2.0, so it's inside the yoke and the handle, so it will cut the harmful vibration but also bring more stability to the racket.
After this playtest, really I can say that I find back my feelings about this Radical racket. This is still a versatile racket, this is what I really like.
It's catchy, you're gonna see it on court. I am grateful that Head they dare to bring such a racket with this color, something that I've never seen before.
After playing some points with my colleague, it's of course a versatile racket, but this Pro gave me more stability, more control as well. Of course, it's the most heavier racket on the range, but it gives me a lot of power. Also, when I swing the racket, it gave me the opportunity to finish the point in an easier way. Especially with my serve, I got the opportunity to hit some flat serve and finish the point in 2 or 3 shots maximum. So overall, this racket is still a versatile racket. If you go for a Pro, you will have stability. If you go for MP, you will get a bit more spin. Just bear in mind that this Radical racket is a racket between spin and control. I'm playing tennis since several years, but I don't have all the historical racket in my mind. But I think Head prepared a surprise for us, so let's check it out.
Hello Thomas. We had a lot of fun on the court this morning. We are here to talk about the Radical racket. But first of all, I would like that you introduce yourself.
Yes, of course. So I'm Thomas. I am in our technical R&D department, responsible for the new tennis developments, also including the Radical 2025.
The Radical range is existing for 32 years right now. So it was introduced in the market in 1993. It was several times the most selling racket in the world. And I would like to ask you, what are the reasons of the success of this range?
The Radical was always a versatile racket and a racket where basically you could play every shot. And obviously one also very important point for the Radicals is that success of our pro players endorsing the Radical, like Andre Agassi, Andy Murray, Taylor Fritz, Sloane Stephens over the years. We try to keep many things consistent, like the models you can find in the range, also specifications of the models. And let's say the big focus of development of the Radicals 2025 was stability. We were working a lot on the carbon structure of the rackets. So basically with the carbon structure you can play with the flexibility of the frame in the shaft area or in the head area. And for this one we try to increase, let's say, especially the stability in the head area for that new generation. Mm-hmm. And obviously also it comes with that Auxetic 2.0 technology, which is also included in the carbon structure. So we had Auxetic already in the 2023 range, and now we added the material also in the handle area to give, let's say, the players that perfect connection to the racket. And how does it work technically? It's a carbon structure basically. It's not the material itself, it's a structure where, let's say, the orientation of the fibers makes it in the end possible that the material expands if you pull it. So that's basically the technical explanation, and yeah.
To reach this racket, this final racket, can you tell us how many months, years in advance you are preparing, you're working on this topic?
So basically for this one, the development time was 1 year. If we talk about, let's say, individual samples we have produced, that was around 60 to 70 for the whole Radical range.
70?
Yes, so 70
new frame and you keep one.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, and you are producing these samples just around here?
So they are produced in our factory, and then they are tested here.
Okay, tested here.
Yes.
All right, and can you explain just the process of testing?
If we talk about the testing process, it's like we have a testing team here in Kendelbach. So this is organizing all the testing, and of course for us it's very important that we have some experienced testers, some professional testers almost, but also we test a lot with target group players. And beside that, obviously it's also like we have our professional players like Taylor Fritz.
That's my next question. Taylor Fritz, it's a top 10, and that's the flagship of this Radical racket. Right now, I would like that you maybe talk a little bit about him and the way he's involved in the performance development process.
Taylor Fritz is now endorsing Radical since many years already, and over the years we are always in contact with him. Also, we are doing playtests together with him, and obviously we take that feedback from him also and try to improve our, let's say, next generation of Radical based on his feedback or based on test results which he is producing on court when we playtest with him. Let's say with him I had one, let's say, really nice experience. I did once a playtest with him, and it was really unbelievable to see how fast he can play with the backhand, with the forehand, from the baseline. So he did shots with 170 kilometers per hour or more in the test when we tested speed and spin on court together with him. Yeah. And maybe one fun factor about him is also he's known to play a very light racket on tour compared to other players.
So thank you, Thomas, for this information, and I would like just to conclude. If you have to explain exactly who are the target customer, the player that can use a Radical, if you can define a little bit the type of game and just tell us a bit more about that.
Yes, absolutely. So basically the racket is for the versatile player who is, let's say, playing all around the court basically. So a player who has a good forehand, backhand, who likes to play slice, who wants to attack the net, who wants to do drop shots. So basically that kind of player who sees himself basically all around the court and is very creative. So that would be, in my opinion, the perfect customer for the Radical 2025.
Okay, versatility is the key. And about the level, we talk about more advanced player or club player. What do you think about how do you thought about the
Yeah, so if we think about the range, I think we have with the Pro model, with the MP model, with the Team model, with the Team Light model, we have everything basically, and we have a racket for every level of play. So the Pro, obviously, for the players who want to have a more challenging racket, who have a good technique. The MP level for the more intermediate players, or I would also say that's the racket for which fits to many players or almost everybody. And then the Team and Team L model for, let's say, players who need a little bit more support from the racket.
It was really interesting to see behind the scene, and thank you for that.
Yeah, so Anthony, I have to thank you for visiting us. So it was really great to have you here. Great to see you on court, your enthusiasm for tennis, and just thank you for testing our rackets and trying out the Radical 2025.
After talking and understanding all those details, we got the chance to went deeper with Wolfgang from the Head Design team.
Hello Wolfgang.
Salut Anthony, comment ça va?
I'm going well, thank you, ça va très bien. We have the chance to discuss with you. You are just the head designer of Racket Sport.
Exactly, yeah.
I take this opportunity just to ask you some question about this design that is really special, really catchy, visible. And I would like to understand a bit the philosophy, how you get to this design.
Okay. All right, so I think design is always about emotion, and colors are expressing emotion. The Radical has almost always been orange. So I think from 17 models, 14 have been orange. So we're in the tradition and reinventing the color scheme around the orange theme for the Radical, also for 2027. And I think what is really nice, it's extremely radical, so the name is the game. So I think we never had a racket that had so much orange on the frame. So it's really from top to the bottom, it's all orange. And here we were driven by more tonal, monochrome aspects. I think what is really cool is the more pastel colors going together with the neon orange. And yeah, I'm also wondering about the consumers and how much they will dig into that colorway. But we love it internally. It's a really great colorway.
Really happy that the head there to introduce these kind of rackets, because it's really something that we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
So my question is also about the pro players, you know, like we were talking before about the Taylor Fritz and this kind of player that you have in the team. They see the design, this final design, a long time ago? Do they have anything to say about the design?
They get included, so of course we work like the R&D department for quite a few months working on the design concept. So we try to get a better feeling for the final color direction in between the process, and then maybe mid-turn we chase up on the pro players. It's always not so easy. They are on tour, traveling a lot, playing the tournaments. But then they get a review for the racket slot, so they can also get a better feeling for the future and what's happening with the design direction.
I hope that they had the same wow effect.
Well, that's what I heard. It was really a wow when Taylor Fritz saw the racket for the first time. And I didn't hear any complaints back, so I assume he digs the design.
All right, and I see that we have different samples in front of us.
Yeah.
How do you use these Pantone colors and to reach this result?
The nice thing about the setup here in this location in Austria is that we still have the production site from the 90s here, so that's still functional, so we can really work hands-on for the color development. So it's not only little color swatches, but we really spray paint the rackets here, get a better feeling. We're starting with tubes, and you can see how many shades of orange are available. So we really work intensively on that during the process and try to find the right color combination.
It's going really well with this string, this black string. So Wolfgang, it's so interesting to have your feedback about the design for this racket. I just hope that you keep many other surprises for the coming years. We like to thank you warmly from Tennis Warehouse Europe.
You are welcome. Nice to have you here, and for sure it will be challenging following up on a new Radical after this colorway.
Thanks to the head team for this amazing day in Austria. We are lucky to see behind the scene, to talk to people that are creating the tennis world of tomorrow. We discover a great update of this iconic range, the Radical. And if you want more information, just visit Tennis Warehouse, Tennis Warehouse Europe and Tennis Only. Thanks for watching.